the video. Let us wait for all people to join in. Any questions that we're talking about? So everyone plan to ask a question today. Are we ready for the test? Answer writing test. Yes. So we said we will be writing answers as the unit is coming to an end. The people who joined us new. Our unit should also have a test. So till previous unit, everyone, till previous unit in India physical and agriculture, I was taking test as the topic was coming. But here I have changed in Indian cultural settings. I think the class has matured. So first we have completed the topic and now we're going to ask certain questions. So everyone, fresh sheets, fresh sheets. Let's take the questions which I want to talk about today. Please write down the questions on top. Critically examine the status of demographic dividend that India seems to enjoy. That India seems to enjoy on account of a large working age population. Hi, Pranam. Good afternoon to all students. We are coming to the end of a unit. So it is time that we test ourselves. So everyone, this is critical examination of demographic dividend. I think I've already talked about this. Next is assess the status and issues related to sex ratio in India in light of recent NFHS findings. And the last question, as I said, I'll ask you questions. I had also asked you to read about it. I think कल हमने क्या किया था? Migration किया था. ठीक है. Analyze the spatial trends of migration in India. All three questions are to be written in 200 words. You can take 2 pages. 2 pages or 200 words. Get that? Each question is for 10 marks for you. Each question is for 10 marks for you. Get that? So to the people who are writing mains, we give them around 8 minutes per question. You are given 11 minutes per question. Is everyone okay? I'm giving you more time. 11 minutes per question. What is the time? 15:07 plus 33 minutes makes it 15:40. Good afternoon, sir. This is my last week of subscription. Since last few days, I have been irregular for the live class because of some other exam, but I am doing the backlogs. I will be grateful if you can still guide me. I am part of your Telegram group. And Misha, you will always be a part of my Telegram group and you are always welcome. I know your subscriptions might end, but the group will continue. And this exercise, as I'm giving you this exercise, such exercises will be uploaded on the group also. So you can continue participating over there. But whatever classes you missed, please make sure जब भी हो जाए आपका वो आई होप आपने बैकलॉग कंप्लीट कर लिया होगा एंड अपडेट सेक्शन से व्हाटएवर इज देयर यू कैन डाउनलोड आल्सो एवरीवन सो वी हैव अ टेस्ट कमिंग इन आई कैन सी पीपल आर joining in slowly, so please start the test. 3 answers, everyone, to take this as a test. Please answer. These are things which you have already read and covered in the class. Quickly, everyone, get into the test. So this is the unit end test. Unit end test. That is why I keep on telling that don't miss my live classes. If you are doing this as recording, make sure you do that because discussion will follow immediately after this. So you get doubly confident through these classes. Yes, the students who are writing PCS also, everywhere you'll find, be it prelims or mains, आपको benefit होगा ही होगा. So everyone, your experience, please wind up. If you've not, stop your emotions. Stop your emotions. Wind up, wind up. If you started late, chalo, one more minute, and in 1 minute, I'm expecting people who have written the whole test, your experience of writing 3 tests. अभी send नहीं करना है, पहले your experience. Quickly. Deepshikha was able to attempt all 3. Rahul says I've written all 3, but I was able to address the later 2 better than the first one. Okay, able to write. So please explain demographic dividend topic again. Actually, I did not able to write the answer. विश्वनाथ पूरा टॉपिक है, अब उसको आपके पास वीडियो भी रहता है, उसको दोबारा सुन लीजिए डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड को. Yes, could not attempt the last one as I was not able to attend the last lecture. Able to attempt all 3, but last one is not complete. Perfectly okay. Quickly, so whatever you had read in the class, was it coming easily to you? Were there struggles in that? The answer writing, we do not really get to discuss on the real issues of it. Answer लिख लेते हैं किसी तरह से, and then कोई भी feedback आया. The demographic dividend was comfortably easy. The idea was critically examine the demographic dividend. Critically examine is, first of all, we have a demographic dividend, which is I said, a stage in the demographic evolution of a country where the working age population is more. So it is an economic advantage which a country can gain. Yeah, that. Now the question is critically examine. So critically examine is something coming in the way. So I said 2 ideas very clearly we will have to bring up. Number is the population, which is the demographic dividend, the working age population, which has reached an employment opportunity. Is the economy having that much employment for them? Yeah, that was the first point. So we can elaborate on that. Which sector has economy, has employment or disguised unemployment, what is happening. So that was one expansion area. Then you can also treat it spatially, where are jobs available. So Maharashtra, Gujarat, industrial states, coastal states, they have more jobs. Urban areas have more jobs. So people are migrating onto that. But there are areas which do not have. So there, the demographic dividend may not play out. We were looking at that. So spatial aspect has to come. Then apart from that, we said, one is this part, that is the economy able to absorb. Second was the quality of workforce, whether they are skilled. Yes, whether their attitude is towards the work. We are looking at their health issues also. So many things can be included. So if a student had thought of that, the class discussion had given you a lot of ideas. Idea is answer कैसे लिखेंगे, वो भी देखते हैं. Earlier feel that it will be difficult to complete all 3, but done all 3. Okay, Vipin, so that's everyone. As I said, no, you have to take on the challenge. Jैसे एक student I told you, I said I will not look at your papers if you do not complete the test. So अभी वो means there, he has to learn that. So only then you will be able to see your limits when you push it, when you stretch it. So I'm glad that some of you stretched it. See, I'm again very, very clear. I am not just always excited about simply completing the syllabus. वो तो मैं first day पे promise कर देता हूँ, this is the syllabus, let's go one by one. What's the point of mechanically just completing it? Let's have discussions on that. Let's bring our understanding, and towards the end, let us challenge कि क्या हम उस पे आंसर लिख सकते हैं कि नहीं. तब तो मजा भी आएगा. So I'm glad that you have taken on the challenge and you were able to complete all 3. You had your self doubts, अब नहीं रहेगा. Very good. Not completed, but लग रहा ऐसे कि try कर रहे तो speed improve हो सकता है. Definitely कल्याणी का. I told you today was the 28th day. 28th day morning 8 a.m. I am on my master stroke mentorship program. Today's test was 110 minutes. So we had given them 10 questions. So 11 minute के हिसाब से हमने उनको दिया था. So how much? Yeah, 110. That was there. So we waited for them to write, or सब लोग पूरा लिखते हैं. So with practice every day we are making them write GS answers. So time management, spent more time in first one. I want that to happen, Nikhil, that we are putting too much time on first one, then we realize others are missing. Somebody said my first answer was not good, second and third was good. You were absolutely correct. That is called, cold start. So some people have the issue of cold start. Some people have the issue of quick start. So सबका अलग अलग होता है. My second answer looks more like GS. Okay. So how do we make it optional? So I told you now, demographic dividend I converted into spatial part. So we're looking at manpower also, that what kind of skilled manpower. Remember, Southern India, literacy rate is high. More industrial states are there. More skilling is there. North India, we have degrees. Yes, Bihar mein bachcho ke paas degree hai. Education is there in Bihar, but when it comes to skill, that's a big challenge. So I've joined classes late, because of which I did only 2, and I feel not like doing out of fear of time, able to brainstorm easily now. All those fears will go. Everyone who's feeling that this is time waste, trust me, if this is not done in the classes, आप खुद से तो करोगे नहीं. This is the most important thing. पढ़ाना ज़्यादा आसान है. I take the challenging one. Feedback भी दूंगा. Everything will come. You will learn how to correct that. But if you are just counting the number of minutes, sir, that's it. And remember, I told you 5 attempts हो चुके हैं. Student को जो ये काम कर रहा है, notes इकट्ठे कर रहा है, prelims नहीं pass हो रहा है. Attempted all 3, but not in. Okay. I was able to write first 2 answers. Third, I was not able to complete. Okay, perfect. So I tried all 3, but not completed. Okay, my first answer looks good, but it took around 15 minutes. Okay, Shantanu, cold start is your challenge. I can see refinement in my answers. Perfect. Vishwanath, yes, sir, we have to continuing or writing. Otherwise, future it would be difficult. We'll see that. I think my third answer is better. Okay, Sonal, that's great. Third is not complete. Perfectly okay. So first of all of you who took the challenge of writing answers, you did not give up. You made sure you do that. So that's that. No, sir, this is not this is not time waste. Easily recall and brainstorming. So everyone, let us understand what is the purpose of this exercise. Number 1, I want you to realize your potential. How would you realize your potential if I am the one who's doing the talking? Okay, that. I want you also to realize your limitations. Is it limitations in terms of idea generation? Is it limitations in terms of putting your ideas into words? Or is it limitation in terms of you have idea generation, words also, but maintaining your time discipline? Okay, that. Last, fourth is what kind of a person you are. Are you an instant start person, or do you have a slow start? If you are a slow start person, in the end it will pile up. You should know where you stand. So we are in the 43rd lecture. You would have seen that in others I try to integrate one answer every day type in certain sections. But now I think the class is mature. So towards the end of the unit, I should challenge ourselves. कि मैं पूरा syllabus खत्म हो गया, क्या हम आंसर लिख पाते? So that's a different thing which I will keep on bringing, and that's where the advantage of being in the current batch lies. So third answer not completed, but gained so much confidence. Okay. So the third question which I felt easy, then attempt perfectly. So these are the 4 things which I wanted. Fifth thing which is very important is, if you have done all those things, I want you to understand the mindset of the examiner. Understand the mindset of the examiner कि वो कैसे paper check करता है. Get that? And the 6th thing is, I want to show you some good samples. अभी बताइए, somebody taking the pain, पहले पढ़ाएगा, first teach that, then test you, then you write the answers and everything, and then doing all this. Isn't that a good thing? Yes. So now, please identify which answer is your best answer out of the 3. Everyone, please identify which answer is the best answer. Whichever answer you feel is your best. Third answer, okay, Anumol has third, Ajit has third, Rehan has, Sheetal has first one as the best answer. Perfect. So everyone, you know, yourself, you know that, okay, this answer I was better. Get that? In the examination, would you want all 3 to be at least at a decent level? Will that require practice? And is it good to have the practice in-house, where you can have peer-to-peer review also? ये नहीं मिलेगा. And especially in offline classes where there's a group of students, they can talk to each other, they can look at the physical answers of each other's copies. But either online may challenge of that. So I have to give you that platform. So here we will be looking at that. Now, whichever is your best, you have identified, all of you. People who are listening to me in recording, please, you also do that, identify. For people who are in recording, you don't have the advantage, but people who are in the live class, you have that advantage. I would want, if you feel that my answer number 2, my answer number 3, my answer number is best as per out of the 3. And I also feel that it is in a level where I have tried to give all information, content also, illustration also. I've tried to make it geographical also. You can submit that answer right now. You can post it. If you feel that I have tried to bring in the content, the language, the geography, the presentation, and I think that should be submitted, you please submit. And when you are submitting, please do not attach emotions to it. If I say this is missing on something, please take it just as a feedback to the answer. Quickly. So everyone, you have 2 minutes to submit. Jisne bhi submit kiya, we will look at that. Only one answer. One answer. If you have 2 pages in that, that's okay. Submit both the pages together. Only one answer which you feel is the best. So you have a 2-minute window to submit that answer. Everyone, quickly. So this is a very good opportunity to see where you are missing, what you are doing. So quickly choose your best answer and upload it. whosoever, don't be shy, nobody knows you. अगर तुम ऐसे अपनी इज्जत बढ़ा रहे हो, घटा रहे हो, don't be into this. A student should not be looking at, like that ego. You are learning. If there is something good, I point that out. If something is not that good, I'll point that also out. And then we look at some samples also from people who are writing mains this year. Once I say stop submission, that time I would not want to take any more submissions. So this is the time you can submit. It will last 30 seconds. If you have to submit, please submit. Okay, everyone. Thank you. No more submissions after this. Last submission comes from Pragati. Get that? So I can see 16 submissions over here. Let me start with. So I'm giving a feedback to the answer that is written. Please don't take it personally. These are just assess status and issues related to sex ratio in India. So I have a request that please upload something which I can read also. India has seen improvement in the. So I'm post independence sex ratio is spatio-temporal changes in large part of the country. Overall sex ratio has increased, but child sex ratio has declined from. I NHS here, so I think 2011 census, you're absolutely okay. Everyone, is there a difference in the question when we write in light of NFHS findings? It should be there. States of Punjab, Haryana have, mostly eastern states have this thing. That's it. NFHS. What is NFHS saying? NFHS is the sex ratio improved this. Everything has to be there. So what do I look at? Assess. What is the meaning of assess, everyone? What am I doing? I am assessing this answer for its quality. अच्छा है, बुरा है, मैं उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ. Get that? ये अभी क्या हुआ है? कुछ describe हुआ है. Some description is. This answer is not assessment, and this is incomplete also. Is everyone okay? Next answer. Answers, please see where you stand. Looking at others' answers, see where you stand. It is not about making fun of others or saying, wow, they know more than me. Analyze the spatial trends of migration. Migration is simply the movement of people. Why are we saying migration is simply the movement of people? ऐसा तो नहीं. Please, this is wrong. ऐसी गलत statement मत दीजिए. We said migration involves spatial movement of people across a political boundary for a specific purpose, both short term, long term. Do we get that? तो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे बच्चे, वो गलत हो जाता है. And this is mainly broadly based on push and pull factors, which either cause people to leave. बेटा अगर ये करना है, so you can link paper 1 here. First of all, the migration definition has been loosely given. Please understand, such loosely written statements create a bad impression on the examiner. Now, why write this? You can say scholars in their models, like Lee, has given the push and pull theory, which determine this thing. In India, people mainly migrate due to. Now you're giving me reasons. Yes, I did not ask you, give me the spatial trends. No. Give me the spatial trends. True. So you've written something reasons here, but here you are attaching a graph which is not related to this. What you're writing on the margins, the graph is not related. There are different streams of migration of something, factors, etc., semi-skilled labor. So this is, I would say, rather than an answer, this is jottings on migration. Poor structuring, and you've not done that. So probably 30% score. Get that? Sonali, आपने बाद में submit किया. I'm not taking your submission. जो लोग बाद में submit कर रहे, please don't do that. I have a request. Everyone who's not submitted now, you can learn from the feedback given to others. India has abundance of demographic dividend. ये मैंने तो कभी नहीं लिखा. India has abundance due to presence of highest young population. Demographic dividend is simply referred to working age population. Advantage of demographic dividend in India. भाई ये मेरा question नहीं है. This is not my question. So the examiner would not read after this. My question is abundance of demographic dividend. आपके लिए feedback. Your language is weak. Get that? you wanted to write this is advantage and disadvantage. I did not ask you. I did not ask what you have written. So I want to tell you, this is what happens when we have a lot of coaching or textbook ज्ञान. We are not bothered about what the question is asking. ठीक है, तो ये नहीं करिए प्लीज. ये हमने पूछा नहीं था, हमने कहा था क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन. तो क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन में ये नहीं आएगा और आपकी इंग्लिश में भी चैलेंजेस है, अबंडेंस नहीं होता है. सो आई वुड से 30. मैं तो स्टार्टिंग में ही सेंट अ रॉन्ग मैसेज, बट 35% फॉर योर एफर्ट, वॉल्यूमिनस एफर्ट जो आपने किया है. This is Akriti submitting migration. Trends of migration refers to spatial movement of people across regions. It is believed that migration arises out of a set of factors, push and pull. Everything is okay with this introduction. Please put the name of a scholar. Socio-economic conditions. India displays early migration, जो हमने कल अपने उसमें दिया था, because of socio-economic regions. EAG states have low capacity. So very good line of thought. Everyone, do you get that? The person is talking about spatial trends. Straight away says socio-economic conditions. Physical conditions. Physical factors such as, like something for population, Himalayan region, high hilly area, prone to hydrometeorological disasters area, people face this climate challenge. Everything is okay. Except few cities, most Indian cities do not act as counter magnets to the big ones. So mega cities hai. I think तीनों points अच्छे लगे मुझे. I think you are very specific. That's good. I would want these points should be crisp. छोटे कर दीजिए these points, and your answer has to be comprehensive. That means you need to add more dimensions. I think you are Akriti doing well on what is required to write answer. 40% right now. If you add those dimensions, it will go up. So green for Akriti. Let's look at Aman. Aman के तो points ज़्यादा लग रहे हैं. Where is the question? Let me look at that. Do we have a question here? Everyone, 83 answers which were given, they all tried to bring geography also through maps, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. But whatever is good, that's critically examine the demographic dividend. India accounts for 17.5% of the world's population, currently experiencing the stage of demographic transition. Share of working population is larger than dependent. Prospect of economic nation upon demographic dividend. But इसमें ना English is weak, language is problem. Dates of demographic dividend. Yes, status of. Okay. 2023 India will surpass China. Okay. More number of labor can increase productivity. But ये तो status नहीं है. Why are you telling me about the status of population? This is not demographic. Whether we are able to reap it or not, your concept is missing. Employment opportunities are needed to absorb the and exploit the potential of each population. This is a relevant point, but not written well. Informal economy is something eclipsing benefit of. So you have a very some points जो school level के आप लिखते हैं वो आप करें. Some points they are pretty random, and they are I would say they need maturity. So maturity in writing is missing. Again, 30 to 32%. There is nothing special in this. If there is nothing special in this is not a geography answer. Okay, Aman, this is your feedback. And thank you for submitting, Aman. All students who are submitting, thank you for submitting. So everyone, please look at this. These are your errors also. I'm taking this special class so that we get that. Spatial trends of migration in India. India is a vast country. So when we are saying spatial trend मतलब किस तरह से बढ़ रहा है, घट रहा है. Remember, data में we did like this, something. So it can be spatial trends. So one is trend is time and where. So both the things should be there. Where it's rising, where it's declining, and why and how also. Okay? India is a vast country that has great diversity of population. We are a lot of people. There are a lot of people. Lot of people are migrated in India. But यहाँ से examiner gets the first alarm, and this alarm is language warning. Migration is a movement or redistribution of people from one place to another. This shows you are doing freestyle writing, but your writing, unfortunately, your level of maturity in writing is not even that graduate level, अभी school level से. Different worries of, देखिए worries जो होता है ना informal language है, different worries नहीं है. Different issues related to India's migration during colonial period by the East India Company. Portuguese and European country took away India, sent them an American country. Can I stop this, everyone? Can I say that this answer is very childish? Very childish. Number one, language has issues. Number two, we are talking about spatial. So इसमें वहां पर गोरों को ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया, अमेरिका में भेज दिया, वैसा कुछ नहीं है. आप स्पेशल की जगह क्या कर रहे हैं? आप हिस्टोरिक कर रहे हैं. विश्वनाथ, please repeat the videos. Everyone, please repeat that. Weak writing, very weak writing. Your language is also weak, and idea generation में भी कुछ करने में, ठीक है? And there are internal migration seen due to various reasons. अभी what English is this? Internal migration seen due to, ये आपने पहले क्या लिखा कुछ नहीं पता. We are not looking at, ठीक है? From backdated state. Is everyone okay? Backdated state. Why the word childish comes into this? Backdated state आपने सुनी कोई? Any backdated state? Have you heard of it? Anyone ever heard of a backdated state? Backdated state. So मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कहाँ से आता है? Aman is saying one more page. Aman, one page से सब पता चल जाता है. Do I need to need another page from Vishwanath? Do I need to read anything else from this? Do you get the difference? Okay, check. Everyone. This is not fault finding. This is first telling you that no matter what we think about answer writing, first of all, do we have the basic language? Isn't that the first test? Second test comes content. Third test comes wise use of language and content as per demand of question. And when I'm saying wise use, इसमें क्या आएगा? One is brainstorming and other is structure. You get that? Simple तीन चीजें चाहिए. So please don't think that I have to read all your 5 pages and then come to a conclusion. Examiner की पहला आंसर पढ़ लेगा. Everyone, if the examiner reads the first answer of the student, entire booklet, entire answer booklet, the score is decided. He is not on your side because he also knows that by giving marks, I am giving marks to a person who is going to become a nice officer. ठीक है? अब you might feel अरे यार ऐसे तो मैंने भी आंसर दिया सर उसमें भी कमी निकालेंगे. नहीं, कमी की बात नहीं. Let us look at what could have been an answer. ठीक है? देखें. चलिए एक अच्छा आंसर दिखाता हूँ तब हमें पता चलेगा where we are looking at. One that is answer. So we should upload it again. Yes, some lagging is happening. I don't know why that is happening. I can see some upload speed is also going slow. Some issue with the upload also, I can see that. Is the audio video fine, everyone? Is the audio video fine? Okay, perfect. So I'm just uploading a file. I don't know why it is taking some time. Maybe something with the internet has the issue. So everyone, till now, what have we looking at others' answers and some of you have submitted? What have we come to? What is needed for good answer writing? Can you give your comment? I said you are the evaluators for some time. How do you feel after reading these answers, these samples which have been given from students in the class, irrespective? Someone is saying sir मेरा बचा हुआ आएगा. अभी जो आपने बाकियों का पढ़ा है आपको क्या समझ में आया? You can compare your with them also, no? So everyone, what do we see when we look at those answers? Is language a big issue or not? Kalyanika is saying structure and language. And remember, I take my foundation classes. There I insist beta language पे अभी काम कर लो, because later on it won't happen. Different views. Answer should fulfill the demand of question. Very good, Neha. Very important thing. So content and decent language. Sanket, I would say right language. Decent तो क्या होता है? Decent लड़की चाहिए आपको शादी के लिए, वो वाला मत use कर. Not being specific to what is asked. Okay, specific, crispness, language, demand of question. Perfect. Using too many words. Okay. Arif, tell me one thing. If a person has command over language, he will be able to say the same thing in less words. And a person who doesn't have command, वो होगा. So everyone, एक sample देखना चाहेंगे? Now you are evaluators. Still you are evaluators. Everyone, please remember you are still evaluators. This answer has come from a student who is writing daily. He is writing daily answers. He is going to write mains also. Demographic dividend can be defined as the rise in economic growth due to rising share of working age population. ठीक है? कोई दिक्कत? Increase in labor means productivity increase, rise in demand, therefore investment, therefore growth. You did not think of this box. Can I say this is innovation, everyone? Can I say this is crisp? This is innovation. This person wants to give mains. होना चाहिए. अच्छा. Economic survey talks about the demographic dividend to peak by 2040. Can I say data? Current data also. Current data also given. Is everyone, am I audible? Am I visible? Get it? However, there are certain issues with demographic utilization, dividend utilization. Is everyone okay? Current data with innovative illustration, innovative graph. Is everyone okay? And can you see on the first page itself, the person writes, however, because the question is critically examined. Do you get that? Make sense? How is the look of the first page? How is the look of the first page? Does it look good? Does it look sincere? Does it look serious about exam? Anything childish over here? Examiner likes this. You can see what has he circled. He has circled critical examination. He has circled important keywords also. Everyone, has he written a lot? Everyone, do you feel has he written a lot? He has written this test in 3 hours and he has written 19 answers. 3 hours, 19 answers as per the exam. Everything, can you see, has something better. So you might feel, sir, make answer, I will. But I'm saying there is something available. Now he has to choose the points. First, he sees there is a regional divide. Why does he choose this point first? Because this is a geography answer. There can be any point, no? Any point can be chosen. He says southern states, the population control, third and fourth stage of demographic transition. So has he linked with DTT? There were some people who wrote on this, उन्होंने DTT नहीं किया. So can I say the answer is correct also? The direction and dimensions from page 1 are correct. Everyone okay? I'm sorry, this is a slow process. This is a slow process. I wanted to show you some beginner answers. I have absolutely no intention to say that you don't write well. Anvesha says he can recall well also. Very, very important. There is something which we don't see. He has a quick what? Recall ability. A quick structure ability. A quick spatial ability. You don't have it right now. But is any of your teacher telling you to develop that? Because ये तो चाहिए होगा exam. You just want notes and dictations. I'm saying I should be proud of me completing the test, completing the syllabus with my student knowing कैसे काम किया जाता. Can I go to the next page, second page? The look of it. Does he have 2 diagrams also? Just the look of it. Can you see the visual look and the spatial nature? Does it continue or not? We will look at the content also. Let us look at the content. So working age population is decreasing. EAG states are lagging behind as more than 53% young population. Okay? So it's a different one. So where is it more skilling? Other is lack of skill and hence low employability. Threat of industrial revolution 4.0. Can you see that? Labor market polarization, no productive jobs. बिहार में लिख दिया lack of opportunity, यहाँ पर show कर दिया out migration, land of opportunities महाराष्ट्र कर्नाटका. Again spatial. The question from where will jobs come? ये कहाँ से आएगा? There has been a premature deindustrialization and service-led growth. Very important. Service-led is not job or not employment intensive. True or not? Job की जगह labor करना होगा. Is everyone okay? So India में deindustrialization is happening and whatever is running that is because of service sector. Health issues, the occupational hazard and lack of social safety net, infectious diseases. Let us see what he wants to tell us. He wants to tell us age of disease, infectious and pestilence. यहाँ पर age of degenerative disease. यहाँ पर age नहीं होना चाहिए. I think area लिखना चाहते थे जो भी है. यहाँ पर infectious disease ज़्यादा है. यहाँ पर degenerative old age thing that is there. Now tell me everyone, is this person trying to knock at the right doors? Critical analysis. Anvisha is saying surprisingly he has not done any cutting of the answers. Anvisha, I want to tell you this has been 28th day. He writes every day like this. Without fail. Poor investment in social well-being. Education and health, उसमें investment नहीं. There is a necessity to invest in skill, health, Skill India, PMJAY to capitalize in and this sweet spot. I think here it is a weak ending. And remember, ending is important because after this, I'm going to give him score. Score will come after this. I was happy it was going fine. Last page it was a little disappointing. So I wanted to give him 55 to 60%. I wanted to give him, I will cut it, maybe 50 to 52%. That's my score for him. So this is very bad, you're not giving marks. But I want to tell you, 60% is a very high score in optional. That's the highest score. 300 मुश्किल से आएगा. Get that? So he is a good score. Anything around 52 is a good score. Do you get that, everyone? So your answer, good, bad, ugly, I'm not talking about that. I just said that this is a good approach. Everyone, do you also get where? See, one is, I just say your answer is not good. Other is where we have got this. Did we get some learning from this answer? Write less, convey more to the examiner. Convey not just the answer, convey what you know. So can there be more points? Yes, I also believe that there are weak ending. I also believe some points need addition. Some points can be added. So that is why 50 to 52%. Do we get that? But tell me one thing. Apart from 50 to 52%, does he have the examiner bias in favor? In favor or opposite? Quickly tell me. The examiner will be in favor or opposite to it? Everyone, you can take a call. You are the examiner, no? You like this answer? That's why I showed you your fellow batchmates' answers. Get it? So let's look at the next question. वो भी देखें क्या try कर रहा है? चलिए देखते हैं. One more. Maybe this person was very comfortable with this. इसको देखते हैं. assess status and issues related to sex ratio. So two things. So he highlights it. Acha, there are two parts of the question. One is the status, second is the issue. In light of regional NFHs, can you see the person's, when I say understand the question, demand of the question, can you see how people approach that? Acha, there are two parts of this question. The NFHS findings have shown an optimistic picture with respect to sex ratio in India, 10-20 females per 1,000. ठीक है, NFHS का डेटा हमारे पास आया था, ऑप्टिमिस्टिक था वो, गुड, दैट्स अ गुड थिंग, ट्रू. व्हाट इज मिसिंग? आई वुड से यहां पर एक चीज मिस हो गया, कॉन्टेक्स्ट. If you ask me, if I write, after decades of declining abysmally low performance on the sex ratio indicator, recent decades and particularly the latest NFHS 5 finding presents a highly optimistic picture. True. That's another way of saying it. Get that? The sex ratio in India suggested to be 10-20 females per 1,000 males does show that India's steps towards becoming a welfare state are fructifying. Welfare state, welfare geography, did I bring that also? Now, when I put that much effort in my answer writing in the first para, am I meaning difference or not? So I'm okay with this person. He means business. ये बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें introduction में इन्होंने काम नहीं किया, कोई बात नहीं. However, certain issues are there. तो यहाँ पर क्या पूछा? Status तो first line में बता दिया इन्होंने. What was missing? ये miss हो गया. अब issues पे आ जाते हैं. What is the issue? This data was taken during COVID. True report could not be captured due to this collection. Yes, no? True. So the status and issues related, ये इन्होंने issues बता दिए. अब sex ratio in India, ये इन्होंने map बनाया. Everyone, you are always bothered. High, medium, low. High southern India, low central EAG states. Can I say that? EAG states and something like that. I would say needs improvement. True or not? You have made your sex ratio diagram. You know ये सही नहीं. Everyone, can we see that? There are errors in this. But remember, the examiner is on your side. Will he ignore this? I am doing a critical evaluation right now. See, I'm training you how to evaluate. But can I say, so the intro part, not good. The diagram, not the best. So everyone, the command he had on the previous answer and this answer, is it different or not? Everyone. So it is difficult to have the same answers everywhere. So be human. I am talking about, I want to show you nothing superhuman. I said this person is also doing that. He has some limited data and he's trying to make maximum out of that. Because on the day of the examination, there will be many such questions for which you won't have answers. Koshish kar that. That's why I requested everyone sitting in the class, whether you're listening to me in recording or live, should try all three. So that I can show you the human part also, that other people also face the same thing. What are the factors for poor sex ratio? Social attitude, economic, political. There is a need to focus on issues like BAT lab, triple BP for better coordination. इस आंसर में बहुत दम नहीं है. 40%. Do you get that? True. If this was his first answer, then I would have given him 35%. Why did I give him 40%, everyone? Why did I give him 40%? Because first answer made me a little biased towards him. True or not? First impression. So always remember, that is important. See, a teacher can say about that in the class, but here I am demonstrating it. Can I say this answer has limited content, weak structuring, no arguments, just listing. Okay? Looks like a beginner's answer. Looks like a beginner's answer. जैसे आप लोग को लिखना चाहिए. But can I say many of you are not able to write even this? Many of you are not able to write even this. I just want you to reach this level by the class. यार इतना तो होना चाहिए. Respectively, you should be able to do this. ठीक है? Third answer देखें. Third answer. Analyze the spatial trends of internal migration within India. According to census 2011, 37% of India's population is migrant. ऐसा है? ये तो गलत है. ये तो गलत हो गया. गड़बड़. 37% तो नहीं है migrant. हमारी population, अगर आप ये 37% is internal migration में मैं समझ सकता हूँ, but ये डेटा गलत हो गया. तो पहला ये गलत हो गया. अच्छा, rural migration mostly because of intrastate marriage for female. I get that. Also agricultural labor, UP Bihar, green revolution. This is good. This part is good. Rural urban migration, growth poles is happening. So rural to urban areas, that is there. Can I? He has put Ravenstein's laws instead of Ravenstein's laws. Don't you think urban transition or migration transition, जो मैंने कल बताया था, that would be better. So everyone, I am happy with this part. Very good. But इधर गड़बड़ कर दिया. Everyone, do you get that? Can I say यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा ये careless हो गए? ठीक है? Otherwise, easy talking, good illustration. Tamil Nadu, Kerala, out migration, in migration, and the states also. Both are good. Both are innovative also. Get that? What should I as a teacher help this boy with? I want this boy to bring consistency. Yes or no? He has a lot of potential. मुझे इसके errors को सही करना है. When I talk to him, I generally talk to him that ये errors नहीं आने चाहिए. Otherwise, he has good potential. Let's go further. Urban to urban, due to this cyber cities and all those things, urban to rural. अभी बताओ, has he smartly used NCERT? People who did NCERT. कल भी मैंने आपको बताया था. NCERT पढ़ो. Apart from that, he does not have my class data. Class notes इसके पास नहीं है. He doesn't have it. You have my class notes also. Was it an addition or not? Was it an addition? So अभी इसने smartly use किया है. Class notes भी आ जाएगा तो बहुत अच्छा. You can write much better than him. Now I want to give him credit for something more. This boy is aware that answers which are contemporary they get more marks. तो इन्होंने pandemic भी डाला. He says pandemic also creates something. Cycle girl Jyoti carried father from Delhi to Bihar on a bicycle. Surat diamond industry labor took to groundnut farming. Case study भी रखा है यार. True or not? और मैं तो कह रहा हूँ मुंबई का डिब्बा वाला बंद हो गया कि नहीं? There is a need for portability of benefits like one nation, one ration card, etc. to help migrate tide over the problem. Everyone, do we have another page on this? No. Was answered smartly using NCERT. He has an issue. End अच्छा नहीं करते. Conclusion is abrupt. Leaves the answer incomplete. Again 50 to 54%. That's the score. Is everyone with me on this? 3 answers. You've also written. This fellow is also written. I want to tell you this fellow is, I think, an engineering student. He is already selected in UPPCS. Hear that? And he's written mains before. So he's a veteran. Can I expect him to be more mature than you? Are you okay? I hope you're not getting that complex. Arey yaar, mujhe nahi aata, this fellow is doing it. Okay? Not that engineering is a qualification, but I'm saying this person is doing that. True? Is everyone okay? Did we learn something from this? Did we learn something from this or not? प्रिंस कुमार का आंसर देखें, हमारे स्टूडेंट का आंसर. Critically examine the status of demographic dividend, assess the state of issues with question. अब इन्होंने आंसर करना शुरू किया. India has been one of the top countries of origin of immigrants to other countries. Immigrants leaving India are the ratio 3:1. India accounts for 17% of global population. 8% are leaving it because there are physical factors, atmosphere factors. Everyone, does this question have anything to do with internal migrations in India? You tell me, you are examiner now. Would you want to read this answer? ये तो गलत हो गया. And you know who is the culprit? I am the culprit. I am to be blamed. क्योंकि ये तो मैंने क्लास में पढ़ाया था. Everyone, giving notes in the class, is it dangerous? I'm taking the responsibility. Remember, in schools and colleges, when we were writing what was dictated in the class, that was making us clear the exam. But here, what is happening? By giving the right answer, you're going to clear the exam. True or not? So can I say this is a very big mistake of writing notes instead of answers? Everyone, you saw that, यार ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. ये तो एकदम गलत आंसर. True. Why is this happening? Please look into the matters why this is happening. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. But हो रहा है तो हो रहा है. ठीक है? राकेश कुमार का भी एक देख लेते हैं. राकेश कुमार ने एक आंसर सबमिट किया है. I want to give everyone the opportunity and the realistic feedback. Please work on that. And many other people need to learn from that. Sex ratio is an index of socio-economic revealing something. Okay. Sex status of sex ratio. Average sex ratio 943. Top 5 Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Bottom 5 this. Issues of sex ratio. भाई notes बना रहे हो क्या? Remember the GS teacher dictates like this. चलिए issues क्या है? Due to increase in medical facility, the sex ratio decreases. ये क्या हुआ? Due to increase in medical facility, sex ratio decrease. Reason 2 decrease. इनकी अंग्रेजी गलत है. Reason 4 होता है literacy rate increase. तो उससे sex ratio decrease हो रहा है. Everyone, बेटा please. इसे कहते हैं only class based study. Nothing read from the book. राकेश कुमार, बेटा लैंग्वेज पे काम करें. And a request, अपना खुल्लर पढ़े. And a request, repeat videos. Everyone, if you are thinking that human geography करना है, कर लीजिए. Language, book, and the class, and write answers. कोई टेंशन नहीं है. Can we do that? Everyone done? फिर राकेश कुमार के लिए फीडबैक है. उससे पहले प्रिंस के लिए भी फीडबैक एंड अदर्स ऑल्सो। प्लीज सिर्फ क्लास में बैठ के अगर आप नहीं थोड़ी सी 2-4 बात पॉइंट सीख कर यू बिकेम अ डिबेटर और समथिंग लाइक दैट, दैट्स नॉट व्हाट आंसर राइटिंग इज। ठीक है, लास्ट इज रत्नम को भी देख लेते हैं, रत्नम का लास्ट आंसर। एनालाइज द स्पेशल ट्रेंड्स ऑफ माइग्रेशन इन इंडिया। यार ये तो मैप से मुझे दिक्कत है कि मैप ऐसा क्यों बना है, ऐसा तो नहीं है। आई मेड द मैप इन द क्लास, ये सुनो। In India, something spatial variation of migration states like Maharashtra, Delhi have this thing activate. Some states such as urban Uttar Pradesh, Bihar have out migration. ठीक है, बट आपको तो पूरा एनालाइज करना है ना, आप इससे क्यों कर रहे हो? ये तो आपके मैप में दिख रहा है। Spatial inequalities in something, some I'm not able to read it. Factors responsible for spatial migration: lack of employment, work, not able to shortage of something, overpopulation. So again, I would say in this there is an attempt, but what is missing is the structure of answer is not thought of. There is a lot of randomness in writing. Second is illustrations. You've not chosen suitable illustrations in this. The map also which you are looking at, it is not just about Maharashtra. I had made arrows yesterday. कल हमने arrow किए थे, source region, destination region. Did we look at small arrows also, local arrows also? वो सब miss हो गया है। और अगर आप उसको you think that I will not give that, let me give anything, तो यार उसमें तो फिर वही 35 to 40% teacher doesn't have to invest much. Get it, everyone? So everyone, did we see from the sample answers, suddenly when I bring the answers of the class students, there is a lot missing. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Moment I bring class students answers, तो एकदम से स्कोर नीचे जाने लगता है, क्यों ऐसा हो जाता है? So I think we don't realize the demand of the question. Okay, so can I say you are in a hurry or whatever or fear? Understand the question, that's not happening. Now tell me, is it something to do with the beginner or the veterans? Everyone should understand the question. True or not? What else is happening? So focus is on notes, not on reading. Yes, we want to reproduce. We want to reproduce notes somehow. Why? Why? Can I say this is the hangover of school, college? Hangover, school or college? And can I also say this is because of guidebooks, Kunji's question answer based coachings? That's also there. Can I say lack of maturity in language used, structuring of answer, true, and illustrations. Everyone, it has been 1 hour 45 minutes. I am doing this because my unit is ending. I should be able to do that. So who will clear the exam? A veteran or a beginner? Who will clear the exam? A veteran or a beginner? Who will clear the exam? Both can. Both can. अभी तो मुझे veterans के chance ज़्यादा दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Both can, but अभी तो chance veteran ज़्यादा दिखाई दे रहा है. Anyone who masters this, okay, perfect. चलिए. So let us look at a girl's submission. A girl writing her first mains. Sample. Can I take a sample? Will you be evaluator? First mains. Get that? Let us pick up a sample. I don't know, the upload speed is too slow today. So please have a look at mine. नमन अभी इसको upload करके आपका भी देख लेंगे. Get that? So people who have submitted, you have the advantage, but please don't just be caught with that कि class में कुछ भी check कराना है. You can see the idea is that whether we are able to cross a mark or not, whether we are able to learn that or not. Is everyone okay? So let this answer be uploaded. Then I will also look at Naman and Sonal. I don't know, some issue with the internet today. But these days internet आजकल Jio slow हो गया. Lockdown में Jio was working more. So I decided to have an Airtel as well as a Jio so that is working. So actually I'm using both of them. Sometimes I keep both the connections. So sometimes even Airtel goes slow. So you people have said such change. So now I'm back to Jio. So there was an error while sending. The first page is second and the second is first. Kindly excuse me for that. Agastya is saying 5G planning. It's about to be uploaded. I'm just waiting for that. We'll first look at these answers, then we will also look at some of the answers which your batchmates have submitted. Okay, tomorrow we have a very important topic coming in. We are starting with political geography. It is a lot to do with current affairs and IR. Many things will come into that. I will also connect it with some theories, so do not miss the classes on political geography. Generally, it is a very, very dynamic area. So I'll be talking about that also, and there'll be sample answers there also. Shall let's look at this. So let's also look at the answer of someone who's going to write the mains for the first time. We'll look at that. So demographic dividend, critical evaluation. Demographic dividend refers to the socio-economic advantage enjoyed by a country due to a large working age population. I would say economic is better, socio is an extension. India has entered this stage expected to last till middle of the century. Okay, that's also fine. Though India's working age population is high, it translated into demographic dividend is not guaranteed. Okay, that's also okay. So ये इन्होंने demographic transition of India दे दिया. How is this demographic transition of India? How is this diagram demographic transition of India? This is demographic transition of anywhere. True or not? So can I say this illustration is wrong? You've not put in the years. This is not India. और India है किधर? अभी है किधर? वो भी नहीं है. Can you see this is wrong? So beginner ऐसी errors करेगा. You saw the person who's a veteran won't. High rate of illiteracy. Only about 70 to 80% males and 61% are females, creating a challenge. Unskilled workforce. Everyone. So this person is writing mains. So I have an error over here. I have slight confusion over here. I have the choice of points is random. Remember that fellow said, let us look at demographic dividend, critically examine, and let us look at the regional aspect of it. Idhar kya kar rahe? Illiteracy hai. Remember, illiteracy is not a problem. Problem is lack of skill. But okay, that's the difference between a beginner. Perfectly okay. So she will get her feedback. She will get her feedback. Burden, unemployment, health indicators. More than 50% of women and children are malnourished. So vicious cycle. So she is talking about the right points, the quality of workforce, and this poor development of manufacturing sector. Instead of this, can I say it should have been the entire economy and its ability to absorb excess workforce? True or not? Stagnation at 16% of GDP leads to semi-skilled. Now I'm saying why manufacturing sector? Even in agriculture, there is a problem of disguised unemployment. Can I say service sector is not labor intensive? Aana chahiye tha. Gender gap. LPFR of women is around 18% compared to 70 for men. Industrial underutilization, non-utilization of multi-dimensional poverty. 52 million people are poor. So can you see this person has tried to, first time means, has tried to collect a lot of GS stuff and data and create an answer. Again, my problem is there is nothing wrong with that. Problem kahan rahi hai? Structure. That maturity is missing, which that fellow had. He was writing less, but was able to structure better. This person is writing more, but the points are random. Do you get that? Can you see this person has put illustrations? That's the power. Illustrations are good. The presentation is good and no cutting, everyone. Or if cutting, little cutting. चलिए ठीक है. Aged population, high HDI. तो क्यों बनाया यार? नीचे aged population, high HDI. Question is critically examined. वो नहीं हुआ. Therefore, to utilize demographic advantage, rapid investment in human resource, weak. इनका पहला आंसर में I would give around 45 to 48%. Okay, that everyone, can you compare? Can you compare the level of maturity? This person will also write mains. Can she clear? Oh yes, she can clear. Her language is correct. She has content with her. Yes or no? With practice, वो structuring हो जाएगा या नहीं हो जाएगा? Can happen. Handwriting, presentation, everything is there. ये मुझे देख के अच्छा लग रहा है. Second answer, sex ratio. Is this a good thing or not? But let's see. Only diagram is not good. Let's see whether this person is able to do that. Assess the status and issues related to sex. Sex ratio refers to the number of women counted per 1,000 men. It is a key indicator overall social economic makeup. Markup नहीं है, makeup है. According to NFHS, overall sex ratio is this, whereas the sex ratio at birth remains 9:27. ठीक है? अच्छी बात है. ASR भी दिया, CSR भी दिया. Everyone, has she given a better thing than the previous one? That fellow. He only mentioned this. Remember the question is what? Assess the status. So ASR and CSR. अच्छा, ASR का overall ratio at birth. She should have used the terms ASR and CSR. But good thing or not, has she actually done justice to the question? Assess the status. She has told us, and she has also given us the trends. So she is able to assess. Overall sex ratio has increased for the first time in this thing for of women outnumbering men for the first time in favor of women. Overall sex ratio has for the first time increased. इसके हिसाब से पहली बार 1000 के ऊपर गया. Is everyone okay? Everyone tell me first page, does this person beginner gets better answer than the answer which was submitted by the veteran? Is this a better answer? More pointed. Can you see focus in this? Again saying your strengths will be different. On that day, all answers will not be the same. आपको एक बार लगा यार beginner के answer में maturity नहीं है. This is very good answer यार. Everyone. So should you be prepared with your content, your diagrams? इसलिए diagram book बनवाया. When I give you that homework, I just don't give you for that. ये होना चाहिए आपके पास. You are confident because you've done it. I'm just showing you how the homework assignments, they will be used in the real examination. Analysis. Birth position for women, higher life expectancy, more older women. So she's written the reasons also. Let's talk about child sex ratio. Shows a gap between female and male, highlights male preference for child, female infanticide. Rural and urban India also is brought in the better ratio in urban than in rural areas. Why? Because educated areas, service culture, non-institutional, non-Christian tribals, so that's also there, and a map is also there. Low sex ratio, high sex ratio, issues, missing women, uneven pace of development, gender bias. Good. Status assessed, issues also addressed with diagrams and all. I'm taking it to 57 to 60%. Say, everyone with me? Crisp banaya. That's what answer writing is about. I'm inviting you to do that. I'm sure you can do that. This is inspiring for you. I'm looking at that. People who tried writing answer, people who are just listening to me or waiting to forward this, अरे यार ये क्या हो रहा है, मुझे जल्दी से डिक्टेशन चाहिए, डिक्टेशन का आपने नुकसान नहीं किया, क्या है? Sex ratio has improved after a long period, but the real challenges lies in CSR. Conclusion में ये लोग weak हैं, वो मुझे देना पड़ेगा. I will be training them. एक इन्होंने आंसर लिखा है everyone. Migration. Internal migration refers to change in residence within the country. As per 2066 million, nearly half of the Indian population fell under internal migrant. Can you see that? Sonal is saying, sir, for 15 marker, do we have to fill all 3 pages? Sonal, did you get the answer? Was good. So if you're not able to fill all 3 pages, it's okay. If you heard that girl rank 44, Anjali, yes, Anjali, in one of the interviews with me, she said that, sir, I was very clear that I will not write and fill up all the pages. If my answer is complete, I was done with that. Get it? But yes, you should have content. The spatial trend, mostly rural, urban, urban, rural, mostly internal migrant within district, fewer than 10%, and internal migration is there. Is everyone okay? Now tell me, this first page, this has come from a beginner. That fellow was able to bring in the demographic transitions. He was able to bring in the urban, rural. उसने NCERT को smartly use किया था. Here NCERT not used. True. So again, preparation gap. And everyone, I want to take you to the next page. Time up. Sorry, sir, I finished. So she was not able to complete. Everyone, this will happen in the real exam. Tell me if they are about to snatch your paper. Has she done smartly or not? Your paper is about to be snatched. She has put a map, she has put a box, and she's ending it. I'm telling you, these are practical things. This is what will be a savior for even veterans and this thing. इसमें आराम से अगर 15 मार्क्स का है ना, तो वो 4 से 5 दे देगा. दे सकता है. Because already you created an impression. Already you have created an impression. Is everyone okay? Do we get that? चलिए, तो सोनल ने कहा था कि मेरा आंसर देख लीजिए सर, एक बार सोनल का आंसर आपको दिखा देते हैं. I have shown you how people are not able to complete the paper. That can happen in the examination. That's absolutely okay. India faces 2 kind of migration, international and internal. Spatial, international तो पूछा नहीं हमसे, तो internal पूछा. People from the least developed, that is the spatial trends of migration. Mostly seen migration are from the least developed place to more developed EAG state. तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है सोनल? एक ही पॉइंट है आपके पास. This you have written here also. This you have written here also, developed EAG. Here also developed to developing. Here also the same thing, economic opportunity, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. This is called chewing gum approach. When we are not able to brainstorm, yes or no, we stretch a single point unnecessarily. Get that? So, Sonal, feedback for you. It is not how much page you fill. It is about dimensions. You've already seen people use NCERT, urban, urban, rural, rural, or even the migration transition theory. वो करना होगा. So that's where the error lies. Actually, I want to end this part because मुझे आज migration, population policies पर भी करना है. So ऋषभ का ले लेते हैं हम ये. India being the second most populous country in the world, expected to be first by 2030. बेटे कहाँ से डेटा ला रहे हो? तो चेंज हो गया, मैंने तो अभी बात की, अगले साल हो जाएगा. Enjoys the status of demographic dividend, there is less tremendous amount of youth or working age population. Okay. To understand the status of the present demographic dividend, we have the following age sex cohort. बेटा नोट्स की बात कर रहे हो, क्यों बना रहे हो? ये तो पूछा नहीं ना. ये देखो southern states के पास ये है. This is not been asked. Notes driven answer. तो हम क्या करें, किसी तरह नोट्स को we are putting. Simply ask, we उसका critical analysis करें, तो please do that. Why not? Yes. Factors responsible for the proper something of present demographic dividend: socio-economic, cultural upliftment, religion-wise upliftment. तो religion से demographic dividend कैसे हुआ? As per 2000, Muslim community rose to 40%. Socio-economic conditions society aren't very. So demographic dividend में हिंदू मुस्लिम कैसे आ गया? So lack of concept clarity बेटा, वो maturity भी नहीं आंसर में. So that's my feedback to you कि आंसर को सिंपल रखें, अननेसेसरीली नोट्स जबरदस्ती नहीं घुसाएं. एवरीवन वांट्स हिज आंसर टू बी रेड और यही कंक्लूजन निकलता है कि यार नोट्स किसी तरह से घुसा दिया है, उस पर वोट हो यार, तो अच्छी बात नहीं है. So Rishabh, that was just you trying to somehow fit in the notes. That's not a good idea. Mintu, I'm not able to read this. Sex ratio is female to male. Till now, it is improving. Data is this. Why would you write it as data? ये heading क्यों डालोगे? Mainly EAG states this thing. So during issues, patriarchy, education, बेटे वैसे notes लिखते ना. Critical examination पूछा है. Critical examination, demographical पूछा है. Sorry, we are talking about NFHS. So I just showed you the answer of that girl. Please compare it with this. इसको मिलेंगे 35%. So that Suprince has got it. Sonal has got the feedback. So everybody, you get to know what are the different errors which you make. Due to imbalanced regional development of India in 75 years, India experienced huge number of migration. यश मैं बहुत बार फीडबैक दे चुका हूँ, आपके आंसर को मैंने कई बार कहा. आपका नाम राखी, आई थिंक यू आर यश. आपकी लैंग्वेज में बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं, आपने बहुत बार मुझे ये आंसर्स भेजे हैं, पर्सनली भी भेजे हैं. आई टोल्ड यू दैट इज देयर नॉट टू बी डन लाइक दैट. यू आर नॉट वर्किंग ऑन द फीडबैक. गेट दैट? सोशो कल्चरल फैक्टर्स, अनफेवरेबल एजुकेशन, कास्ट, सेक्स, रिलीजन discrimination force the people to move to another area. For example, people moving from Bihar to Mumbai because of education, caste, sex, religion. आपको लगता है पहला फैक्टर ये आना चाहिए? और ये देखिए इन्होंने सारा डाला है. जो भी क्लास में करवाया वो किसी तरह पैक कर देना है. Rakhi or Yash, whatever your name is, your feedback remains the same for last 3.5 months. I believe in my students. I check them also और मुझे उनके नाम भी याद रहते हैं. And I also know what is their performance. It is very, very heartbreaking. Rakhi or Yash, whatever your name is, you continue to do the same thing. No change on that. That's not a very good idea. तो ये मत करिए please. Naman says, sir, please check mine. Please check mine. देखें भाई. Critically examine demographic dividend. तो ये इतनी सारी कहानी क्यों लिखी है? इसमें कोई डायग्राम क्यों नहीं है भाई? Demographic dividend refers to the portion of. Does it refer to the portion of working population? No, it does not tell the portion of a country. It is a situation in which working age is more than dependence. The nation of demographic is India is as follows. The status is as follows. India entered this window in 2005-06 and will be there till this. India has around 60% of the population in the working age. According to economic survey, it will peak around 2041. तो आप तो यार डेटा दे रहे हैं, आप न्यूज़पेपर की समरी ले रहे हैं, यहाँ क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन पूछा आपसे. ये क्या है? विद यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ डेमोग्राफी, इश्यूज विद यूटिलाइजेशन. ये स्टेटस है, ये इश्यूज हैं और ये फैक्टर. सोशो इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज, लिटरेसी. भाई आप क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? आप तो अपने जीएस के नोट्स लिख रहे हैं, आप लिखिए. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. दिस इज अ पुअर आंसर. पुअर जीएस आंसर. हाउ कैन इट बी इम्प्रूव्ड? एडिक्वेट सैंपल्स हैव बीन गिवन, सो लेट्स नॉट गेट इनटू दैट. ठीक है? बट ये हो जाता है कि सर मेरा पढ़ लिया यार. आपने डेटा इकट्ठा कर रखा है, हो सकता है जीएस की क्लास में टीचर ने डिक्टेट किया, आपने वो लिख दिया. नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. हाँ, आपने लिख दिया, इसके मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. सर कितने मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे? 40% तक मिल जाएंगे. वो भी डिपेंड करेगा आपका इंप्रेशन अगर अच्छा गया तो. Everyone, it is 17:08. Let's take a quick break till 17:15 and then I will finish the last topic, which is population policies. I hope this test, post-test discussion, samples from other good submissions for people who are writing mains and sample from your classmates would have given you clarity on what to do, what to avoid. Get that? I'll see you after the break. Hi everyone, are we back? Okay, so this was a discussion on answer writing also, and now we are coming to the last part of our syllabus. This is about population policies. So I've already talked about there are two types of policies. Yes or no? So let us look at that population policy. Uploading the file for all so that we can look at this. So we are talking about migration is done, health indicators we've done. We are looking at population problems and population policies. Get it? So let's start with population problems and then we will go to policies. So if I ask you to tell me what are the population problems in general in India specific. Everyone quickly, whatever comes to mind, 1 or 2 points. Pressure on land. Perfect. What else? Quickly, whatever comes to mind. Unemployment. Resources. Resource limit. Food scarcity. Okay, perfect. What else? What else? Quickly think about it. Quickly think about it. Medical facility. Overpopulation. Okay, everyone, please stop. Now you want to know how these people were writing the mains examination, how they are able to access quick points. So first thing is, moment they would look at this, they would say demographic. Problems related to birth rate and death rate. Do we have problems related to birth rate and death rate? Can I say the gap is still there? So that is the problem with India, a prolonged stage in transition. Do you get that? They will say problems related to migration, problems related to health indicators or other demographic indicators like sex ratio, literacy, life expectancy, or the age sex structure. True or not? Does it make sense? They will also talk about the health indicators. Suddenly, these people will have a lot of points. They will have a lot of spatial examples also. I would say socio-cultural. Can I say problem of assimilation of migrants? Is it a problem with migrants? Birth rate, death rate? Can I say crime and social safety of women, children, old age? Socio-cultural I'm talking about. So cultural assimilation? Yes. Diversity versus disparity? Yes or no? Can I say social indicators in which we must bring in parity? That's what we are talking about. Say, for example, the caste system. Everyone. Can I say economic problems? Employment, per capita income, efficient use of workforce, demographic dividend. Can I say that? Here, I would want to bring in a very important thing: population resource equation. Very spatial. Can you see this? Because I have to bring a spatial component. No, population resource equation very spatial. Think about population. Low population, more resource. Jharkhand. Low population, more resource. Jharkhand. Yes. Let me go to Bihar. High population, less resource. Adverse equation. True or not? यहाँ पे हमने birth rate, death rate किया, big issue growth rate. We should be talking about the growth rate and demographic trap that we are into. अच्छा एक बात बताइए. Is it a politico-administrative challenge to handle such huge population, huge size? How to manage that? Can I say crowd management and especially urbanization? Urban areas, crowd management, areas where we have special events, festival, but इतनी बड़ी population, how do we manage? Yes, no. Internal conflicts are there. Polarization is there. External influences, people coming and indoctrining wrong ideas in the mind of youth. Yes or no? So many things happening. Suddenly tell me, population problems, a big thing opened or not? Who helped me get me more points? True or not? एक point क्योंकि geography है, always bring in ecological dimension. Carrying capacity आ सकता है? Can we say carrying capacity or footprints? Yes or no? Everyone with me or not? Ecological aspect लाने लाना. Spatial के साथ another aspect which is always geographical is your ecological aspect. लेकर आओ मजे से यार. Everyone with me? Any questions? Please ask. These people writing mains, they can immediately do this. They have already read their newspapers, Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express newspaper. They are ready with economic survey findings and everything. Moment the thought comes, they have a data also. Moment the thought comes, they have a map also. That's what is called exam readiness. I am talking to you around the 45th lecture. Am I pressurizing you too much? Or am I right in expecting my students to get what is needed at this stage? If you're not at that stage, it's okay. इसीलिए कह रहा हूँ, repeat the videos, no problem. Everyone, that's the advantage of online classes. You can repeat them. 1.5x पे करिए till the thing becomes a part of you. सर्वेश्वर कह रहा है सर इनके बाद सारे पॉइंट्स को एक्सप्लेन करना चाहिए. सर्वेश्वर wants to ask a childish question. Now everyone tell me. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23. Would you expand all this? But Sarveshwar will ask this question. The whole 2 hours which we saw just goes zero because Sarveshwar will ask such question. So I don't have the answer to this, Sarveshwar. I leave it to the intelligence of the students because they will clear the exam. अगर आपको यही समझ में आया तो आप तो नोट्स ही छापने वाले हो. सर्वेश्वर, I have given adequate samples. Yes or no? आप कर लेना. आप करके देख लो. एक आंसर नहीं लिख पाए, आपका कोई सबमिशन भी नहीं आया. Yes or no? You go and do that. आज क्लास के बाद करके देख लेना. So neither we are glib, quick brainstormers, nor have we read the book. But for the sake of it, so now do we expand each point on what? कर ले मना जो करने का. I think I have given you the answers also. We spend a lot of time. So this was one thing which I want. Rest, I'm saying, like I get a whole bunch of students. Yes, some of them will put the entire school, college education to shame. They will put it to shame. उसको कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Get that? Some of them will apply their mind also. Yeah, if the teacher is asking, and I have told many a times, answer is not written in points. Answer is written in headings. Tell me if I have not said that. Have I said many a times, answer is not written in points. Answer is written in headings. But Sarveshwar wants to ridicule me also and the teaching also, entire things. So do we do this? So Mr. Sarveshwar, I will write the answer in 5 para with a lot of things. Get that? And that is why I say, students refuse to write answers, refuse to do real things, but they will ask these funny things. Answer तो नहीं लिखा गया ना. बहुत से लोगों ने लिखा नहीं, सबमिट नहीं किया. कुछ लोगों ने तो करेज दिखाया. At least they got their feedbacks. I have said many a times. फिर से कह रहा हूँ, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. क्लास करनी है. And one teacher is saying that you have many more teachers you are doing GS with. Yes. किसकी सुने यार, इसकी क्या सुने? तो फंडा दे रहा है यार. मेरे वहां तो पूरे नोट्स थे. आपके नोट्स मैंने बता दिए कैसे होते हैं. Real exam, real questions from real selected students are shown. And I also said that this is how we write answers. Question comes on population problem. These are there. Only thing is what we will add. We will add spatial examples and case studies. How will we do that? I have spent the whole class doing that only. बाकी there are many students who do that. आपको अगर पूरी क्लास का यही जिस समझ में आया सर्वेश्वर तो congratulations यार. ऐसी कोई जरूरी थोड़ी है कि जो बात बताई जाए तो सारे बच्चे पास हो जाए. आज ऐसा हो जाता. Let's come to the last topic after population problems. Let's come to population policies. And can I say, when I write spatially here, can I say the problems of Assam? Problems of Assam are very different from problems of Himachal. Are very different from problems of Telangana. Are very different from problems of Andamans. Would a smart student show this? आपको तो पॉइंट्स इकट्ठे करने हैं. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ स्पेशल कैसे होगा, स्पेशल ऐसे हो जाएगा. ठीक है. All these problems vary from place to place. And these people who are writing the real exam, जो means देने वाले, who have the maturity, they will also use a term over here, areal differentiation. They will write India's population problem can be looked in these headings. However, these problems are not uniform across India. These problems display a lot of areal differentiation. Say, for example, the problem of Assam. The problem of Assam is more on lack of employment. Yes, cultural तो वहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीजें. Yes or no? But we are looking at with Bangladeshi migrants कुछ issue हो रहे. Are they happening or not? वो असम की प्रॉब्लम है. वो अंडमान की प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. अंडमान की प्रॉब्लम क्या होने वाली? ट्राइबल्स, their rights, their conservation. That is what we are able to show. But why should I talk to an audience who's talking about writing 23 points? I would request all of you, please drop this arrogance कि हमने एक ही बार पढ़ा और हम तोड़ के आएंगे. अब देख लीजिए, humanly people who have cleared this examination also, they are also making mistakes. So please be humble about it. एक दो बार देख लीजिए, अच्छा रहेगा. और अपनी लैंग्वेज पे भी काम करिए. That is very important. There are two types of population policies. I've already told you. Remember, one is pronatal, other is antenatal. But one is this antenatal. Antenatal. I've used the word before also. Anti-birth. This policy discourages population growth. So India has antenatal. India has antenatal. China also has antenatal. But China's antenatal population policy is coercive also. Coercive also. One child. One child now. हमारे यहाँ ऐसा नहीं. एक और पॉलिसी होती है which is pronatal, and in this pronatal you are looking at a bigger issue of distribution. that if there are any imbalances in the population, correct them. One is a narrow one. Narrow population is very diminutive. Okay, you are looking only at controlling the size of the population structure and distribution. One is a broad policy. It talks about the socio-economic position to influence population outcome. Yes or no? Remember demographic transition theory? Sees population change from a broader perspective. China's one-child policy looked at population policy from a very, very narrow one. So what did they do? They said, okay, cut down one-child policy. So उनका pyramid पता है कैसा बन गया? Everyone, their pyramid has become like this. What is the problem, everyone? What is the problem with this pyramid? Females in China are less. वो देखो प्रियंक बोला old age population. प्रियंक देखो बेटा जो बनाया उसको देखो. प्रियंक जो रट के बैठे हो मत किया करो. अभी इतनी मेहनत करके बताया. क्वेश्चन सुन भाई. अभी बनाया पिरामिड देखकर क्या पता चल रहा है? जेंडर इम्बैलेंस. चलो वहां पे ना बुरे हो गए लोग. भाई देख कर तो करना. बुरा लगता है कि मेरे स्टूडेंट है. I've been telling them to be aware, to be conscious. My student doing. बाकी को तो मैं क्या ही बोलूं? I feel ashamed यार. चाइना में वन चाइल्ड नॉर्म की वजह से इट हैज बिकम मेल सेंट्रिक. तो उससे क्या हुआ? कैन आई से पॉपुलेशन स्ट्रक्चर में इंबैलेंस आया? ट्रू और नॉट? बिकॉज ऑफ नैरो थिंग, देन व्हाट हैपेंस? दिस हैपेंस. अच्छा, यू फोर्सफुली ब्रॉट द बर्थ रेट डाउन. सो व्हाट हैपेंड? अनदर थिंग, द वर्कफोर्स इश्यूज आ जाएंगे. अभी इट शुड हैव नेचुरली ग्रोन अप. यस और नो? सडनली नाउ चाइना's लेबर कॉस्ट इज इंक्रीजिंग. ट्रू. एंड ओल्ड एज इश्यूज विल कम आफ्टर दैट. बट वो इस पिरामिड से नहीं दिख रहा है. दिस पिरामिड इज अबाउट gender imbalance. वहां पर people who are writing names, they will immediately make this pyramid over there. Is everyone okay? So India should go for which policy? Narrow or a broader policy? Should go for a broader policy. And especially when NFHS is showing that we have crossed TFR, our TFR has come to 2.0. Should we be narrow? We need not be narrow. And can I say which states are still growing very fast? UP, Bihar, EAG states. There we can have a different approach. But for the whole country, if we are looking at, then that will be a big challenge. So bigger structure will look at this also. क्या population कहाँ पर है? Distributional. Look at this. Any imbalances, rectify that. So can I say, is policy a good tool in the hand of policymaker or not? But if the policy is not made right, can it create its problems of Frankenstein's problems? हो सकती है, नहीं हो सकती? And why is UPSC giving us population problems and policies together? Can I say population problems need rectification and policies must be driven by problems? True or not? Policies must also be futuristic, because in the future, whatever you are looking at, those problems may acquire new dimensions. Is everyone with me on this? Any questions, everyone? Did we get a broad understanding of population policy? Then, because we are talking about India, we need to get that also. What is the objective of India's population policy? Please do not mug this up. Write it in your words. Can I say to improve the quality of life of the people and increase happiness and comfort? True. The greater purpose is perfection and social progress. Which view is this? Broad or narrow? This is a broad view. What is it today? But in the past, was it broad? No, in the past it was narrow. What was it? Control. Family planning has become a part of national initiative to improve the quality of life. Family planning किस लिए करें? So that you can enjoy a better life. Family planning have already reduced the mortality rate. Remember, infant mortality rate and other things have come down by combining birth control with child nutrition, family health, etc. For this reason, particular emphasis has been placed on birth rate control through family welfare programs. So, क्या objective है? If I will, or can I use the word tangible? Reduce birth rate, reduce mortality. Number of children in a family. Can I say far? Legislation about abortion. In the West, US is not in favor of abortion. Yes, why? Religious ideas into the question. Yes, make necessary contraceptives available wherever possible. Contraceptives, make them available. Create awareness amongst the people about evils of high population growth. Awareness बढ़ाना चाहिए. And provide rewards and punishment. So punishment होनी चाहिए. The reward and punishment. Punishment is, how can you punish a person? One population. How can you punish a person? Let me give you an idea of China's punishment. Do you know what is China's punishment? One child. Everyone, this is one child. Okay? If you have one child, that child wants to go to a school, he is allowed to go to a school. Okay? If you have the second child, this child is barred from taking admission in this school. He has to take admission only at a school which is, say, for example, at a much greater distance. This is punishment. Get that? Or just me, if you went for the third child can't go in this school. Third child का ये होगा. Do you get that? One way of punishing. There were many ways in which China would punish them. Many support systems would be cut for the second child and the third child. And this is what they were doing. In India, हमने क्या देखा? India में punishment क्या आई? I think in the local body elections or panchayat election. Panchayati Raj system, your candidature requirement was that you cannot have more than 2 children. So they could have just asked for fine, poor child. Anvisha, that's what they're saying. No. If that is there, then the rich people can afford to have more children. No. Anvisha, think about it. They could have asked for fine. Fine bhi rakha. Rich people will have more children then. They said, koi nahi hona chahiye. Do we get that? Achha, tell me, your preference will always be male child because that's also a patriarchal society. Achha, there is another way. You can reward incentives for people who have less children. That's another way. ये एक positive move है, ये एक negative move है. Which one is better way? Which one is better way? Well, incentives that ways are better. कि आपका एक ही बच्चा है तो एक बच्चे को हमने education में subsidy दे दी. True or not? Education is subsidized, healthcare is subsidized, something or health insurance is free if you have only one child. Punishment is if you have the second one, no health insurance allowed for the second child. Whatever is there, go to the hospital, pay it from your pocket. इंडियन होता तो फिर वो उसमें नाम भी ऐसे लिखवाता कि एक ही बच्चे के इंश्योरेंस पे दोनों बच्चों का पेमेंट लेता. ट्रू और नॉट? सही दिमाग लगाते हैं हम लोग. हम इंसेंटिव भी ले लेते हो, पनिशमेंट से भी बच जाते हैं. ये द स्मार्टेस्ट पीपल नो. अपना दिमाग इसी में चलता है. Russia giving incentive for more child. Yes, definitely. I would say rewarding is more pronatal in behavior. Punishments are generally threat. इनके बहुत बच्चे हो रहे हैं. So many children. We need to control them. Yes or no? Punishment is more of a threat thing. Now tell me, if you have this threat thing, then instead of sometimes decreasing, the population starts increasing. Let me give you a funny example over here. Remember Amitabh Bachchan, दो बूंद जिंदगी की. India is polio free. So घर में आकर they were doing polio. Now for WHO to declare a country free from polio, 3 years there should be no case. After declaring that there is polio has been eradicated. Do we get that? So government of India was very clear, we have to get rid of polio, and they brought in, like that catchy slogan, "Do boon zindagi ki." Amitabh Bachchan did the magic, and everything was going on. Is everyone okay? We were able to remove all polio cases. 0 case came. We were very happy. 0 case. Now, for how long we will have to be 0? 3 years. 1 year okay. Second year okay. Third year, suddenly from Uttar Pradesh, cases started coming. Get that? Cases. Then they checked, case okay, we were having everything, pulse polio was going fine. And I don't know, you don't have kids, I have a kid, so when pulse polio was going on, I could see every Sunday, pulse polio, अरे पिला लिया, कितना पिलाओगे, 2 बूंद ही तो पिलाना है, लस्सी थोड़ी पिलानी. Yes, so they were after it, they were really serious about it, and it takes a real mission mode, and they were doing it. But in UP, it stopped. Why it stopped? Then they said, let's find out. So in the Muslim population of a region, there was a rumor. A rumor was spread that in the pulse polio drops, in those anti-polio drops, they have put medicine against fertility. Impotency medicine is there. And that is being administered in this region to control our population. Now, if such a rumor is there, absolute rumor, but किसी ने उड़ा दिया, कैसे no? Now will people take that? So they said, अरे बच्चों को आगे important बना देगा if I take this medicine. So the family started hiding, concealing that we have children, and they stopped taking pulse polio drops. True. So similar thing happened during COVID vaccination also. Absolutely okay. Government had to step in. Government had to even involve the religious leaders. From the mosque itself, it was told, "Bhai, aisa kuch nahi hai." Because people, once this idea comes, this fear comes in their mind that somebody is trying to control. I said population birth rate is an individual decision. So sometimes these coercive measures can be counterproductive. They can be distortionist, as in the case of China. Distortions can happen, as in the case of China. Sometimes they can be counterproductive also. Government had to come and allay all the fears. They said, "Come on, yeah, this is very important for the country. Health is important, and everyone understands." And I'm sure, especially the mothers are very careful about their child. So जब ये rumor आता है, तो rumor को counter करना बहुत बड़ा challenge होता है. So please understand, punishment at times, those threats lead to rumors, which the government may not have said. Government may not have intended, but certain subjects will make benefit out of that also. Do you get that, everyone? So these are the objectives. कब से चला आ रहा है? Population policy. So Indian National Congress in 1936 created National Planning Committee. I'm sure you know Indian Independence Act 1935. आप लोग याद करते कि नहीं? In history, do you memorize that act? Everyone memorizes that act. So there, a National Planning Committee was created, and it had a subcommittee on population matters then only. Before this, we also had a birth control league. India also had a birth control league in Maharashtra, pre-independence. Pre-independence. Get that? We even had birth control clinics. Pre-independence, India had birth control clinics also. So we were aware of it, and as I told you, our leaders were aware that India has entered the demographic transition. Our population will increase. So Indian National Congress decided to organize it. And what were the recommendations in this? What were the basic ideas, early ideas? Increasing age of marriage. Does it make sense? Child marriage ko discourage kare. Raising awareness against polygamy. And saying pre-independence itself, we are talking about this. Arrange for sterilization of people with infectious diseases. Can I say health also? Health also. And if you have heard post Abito, it's a very big challenge. AIDS. If you have infectious diseases, yes or no, and you are engaging in sexual activity, you can spread that also. So उनका sterilization भी करिए, control भी करिए, identification भी होना चाहिए. Teaching self control, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Teaching self control क्या होता है? Population में. These are called Gandhian methods. What is the Gandhian method? Abstain. Abstention. Abstain from having sexual activities. Restrain yourself. Yes, celibacy. ब्रह्मचर्य का पालन करें. गांधी जी कर रहे थे. True or not? अब सर ये तो बड़ी दिक्कत है सर. गांधी जी को सूट करता है, मेरे को सूट नहीं करता सेलिबेसी. सो उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, नेचुरल मेथड, नेचुरल रिदम मेथड. What is the natural rhythm method? There is, in the menstrual cycle of a female, there is a window in which the female cannot conceive. That period is called the natural rhythm method. अब the class is not on natural rhythm method. Some of you would want me to explain natural rhythm. तो इसके लिए जाएं अपने निकटवर्ती हेल्थ सेंटर पे जाके पूरी जानकारी इकट्ठी करें. Yes or no? Go to your nearest health center. Know about what is celibacy, what is natural rhythm method, what are the ways to control. But it is a very important lesson which you must know, because all of you are entering the reproductive bracket. So that's an important thing. Develop and disseminate knowledge about safe and straightforward methods of birth control. Straightforward, सीधा जाओ केमिस्ट के पास जाके बोलो मुझे birth control के लिए मेल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव चाहिए, फीमेल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव चाहिए. You should straight away go there, and that's there. And birth control clinics are there. Is everyone okay with this? When am I talking about? What time am I talking about, everyone? In which year? सोचिए. We've been talking this for 80 years. 80 years. Pre-independence. फिर भी कुछ नहीं हो पाया. फिर भी आज तक आहा चीची होता है. We still have unmet needs of contraceptive. Imagine. Contraceptives, they are not available. Their awareness is low. Penetration of the idea of the use of that is also low. Get that? But anyways, thankfully independence came. But independence came, and so did the population boom. Remember, pre-independence 1921, what was our population? 250 million. 1951, what was our population? 350 million. It was slow only. But 1981, how much did we reach? 680 million. Can you see? Azad hote hi, moment we got freedom, batting ka run rate बढ़ गया. Can you see that? Here it was slow growth. British time, at least we had work. We were fighting for our freedom. 1951 we became free. जैसे freedom हुआ, freedom pack पे चल रही public. So they knew about it. They wanted to tell them aware all these things, and that is why in 1951 itself, India became the first country to officially start official family control program. Do we get that? So this is the history of policy making even before that. And the intention was that if India, a newly independent country, has to fight that population resource issue, has to go to the next level of increasing quality of life to such a huge poor population, we must control the population size. In 1943, there was a Bhore committee. This committee criticized the previous committee recommendation on self-control. कि खुद से control करो. They simply said that family planning कैसे करनी है, उसके तरीके होने चाहिए. Self-control ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना. ठीक है? After independence, a policy committee on population was formed in 1952. This committee's policy, and I already told you 1951, what was it? First official family control program. Okay? This committee's policy about population was largely temporary in nature and flexible. The principle of this policy was to check every issue and be aware of the deviations. Over time, more scientific plans were formulated. Family Planning Program Committee was formed in 1953, and in 1958, Central Family Planning Board was created. 1978, a new ministry opened at the center. This ministry includes family planning, urban development, and health. Now we even have family welfare ministry. Yes or no? Health and family welfare ministry है हमारे पास नहीं. So till 1978, we are operating in this. And do we have a population policy? Yes, it came in 1976. After lengthy discussions, this was the first national population policy. With various governments, NGOs, educational institute, economists, demographers, individuals, India formulated its first family planning national population policy. Is everyone with me on this? First national population policy. Are we clear? So in this, what did we do? we looked for minimum marriageable age. (21 for male, 18 for female. We were looking at that. Get that? Popularizing sterilization programs. In fact, 1978 around emergency, did you see coercive forced sterilizations also? Did you hear of that? Reward and incentives to small family. Training centers for doctors and staff. Is everyone okay with that? And even freezing Lok Sabha seats. Remember, Lok Sabha upon the population size of that state. They said no. The states which will perform better, which will have better population control, don't worry, you should not feel that if your population is less, your representation will be less. We have frozen it. Don't worry, if your population is also reducing, that's an incentive. So that's what we are talking about. Is everyone okay? But इसमें एक problem आ गई थी coercive वाला. Yes. Coercive element led to a backlash, and its quantitative targets were not met. So we are not going that back. So I just said that this policy was out under the broad understanding of antenatal policy. In 1976, we said, let us do this. But that element of coercion created a backlash, and other quantitative targets on birth rate, death rate, and all those things, they were not met and they were ignored. Yeah, that this is 1976 happening. National Population Policy 2000. This population policy is the second population policy. This was based on the recommendation by Swaminathan Committee. This committee submitted its report in June 1994. It emphasized on welfare of people. They said, don't look at, like just the number. This is a, can I say, wider holistic perspective. They said that it would be better if we can universalize primary education. Let us provide primary health care to everyone. Can I say Kerala has done well in this? Kerala model. Stop marriages of girls under age of 18 as much as possible. Take advanced birth control services accessible to all. Make everyone aware about birth control methods and reduce IMR and MMR. Everyone, does it make sense? Yes, Swaminathan committee hai. Is everyone okay? इससे क्या अचीव होना है? What were they targeting? Achieve TFR is equal to 2.1 by 2010. This was what they were targeting. Yes. Make men and women aware of their roles. Previously, what was happening, funny thing, you will realize the onus on family control lied on women. Let me tell you how. So, have you heard of contraceptive pills? एक famous pill हुई Maladi. Have you heard of that or not? So, women will take birth control pills, not contraceptive, birth control pills. And those are hormonal pills, yes or no? Will they have impact on the hormones of a female? Yes. So, that's one thing. So, pills. Second is tubectomy. Tubectomy is sterilization. Fallopian tubes वो हटा दिए जाएंगे. Biologically, tubectomy it's a permanent thing. अच्छा, man के लिए क्या है? Man को pill दो. Man says, why will I take the pills? I will not take the pills. ठीक है? Next, what can we do? Vasectomy. Have you heard of that? Vasectomy is man sterilization. Now he says, no, this will affect my mardangi. This will impact my manliness. So the onus lies on whom? The woman. Get that? This is where this Swaminathan committee was saying कि भाई अगर आपको कुछ करना है, so I think the onus lies on both of them. In fact, as it is, the woman is the one who's giving birth to the child. She dies because of IMR is also there, MMR is also there. We should not do that. Yes or no? Or सबसे ज़्यादा, if you can't do anything, at least encourage use of contraceptives. There also, male behavior was so sad that we will not use contraceptive. Female contraceptives like क्या निकला था उस time? Copper T. Yes, copper T and loops, they will be created for women. Very, very strange. That's what we are talking about. Swaminathan committee says that both of them are responsible. दोनों को aware करिए, दोनों को available कराइए contraceptive methods, and they should be looking at the real things happening in this. Is everyone okay? True. Everyone with me? Certain monitorable targets given for birth rate, death rate, in fact TFR, which I told you was this, IMR, MMR. So this is your homework today. Everyone, what is the homework? List of monitorable targets under NPP 2000. ऐसे इंटरनेट खोलेंगे you'll get this. I think उसमें भी है, Fuller में भी. Get that? Another homework is final evaluation. Because the time is over, I will discuss that tomorrow a little bit. Final evaluation of our national population policy 2010. दो होमवर्क करके आएंगे. कहाँ से मिलेगा ये आंसर? I think you can get it from Fuller. Fuller पढ़ेंगे. And data from internet. Get it? So population problems are there. To deal with that, we have a population policy. Have they been successful or not? Final evaluation will tell you. You can read from Fuller. Get it? What are the monitorable targets? You read from that also. Just do that, and we will have that 5-minute discussion on that, and then we will end it tomorrow. And we are starting a new topic, political geography. Think about all the things which I talked about today. Try applying that. Maybe you can make it a homework. You can submit directly to me. Evaluation of NPP 2010, National Population Policy 2010. What was the final evaluation, and what were the monitorable targets? Does everyone understand what is the homework? What were the monitorable targets? And finally, did it happen? Were they achieved? That's all. And then I'll give you my final take in first 5 minutes of tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class, we are starting a new important topic related to contemporary issues, political geography. Get that? Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Think about your answer writing once again. Bye-bye.